Okay, we're going to review something really quick. Circumference of a circle. So let's say this radius is 5. So the circumference of a circle is 2 times pi times radius, right? So 2 times pi times the radius. So 2 times pi is 3.14, right? 3.14 times my radius. My radius on this circle is, good, it's 5. So go ahead and multiply that out. What is 2 times 3.14 times 5? Put this video on pause while you work that out, please. Push pause. Good. 2 times 3.14 times 5 is 31.4 meters. Great. So today we're going to learn how to find the circumference of not the whole circle, but so just a piece of it. So let's say I just want to find this piece right here that I'm squiggling right here. I want to find out how long is it. If an ant walked from here, from this point, all the way to here, how far would he walk? So what I need to know then is the central angle. Okay, let's say the central angle is 22 degrees, and this is still 5. I just moved it down here so it's out of the way. The central angle is 22 degrees. So I don't need the whole circumference. The whole circumference is 31.4 meters all the way around. I just want this little piece right here. So all I do is I make my little little ratio, like 20. I want 22 degrees out of 360, right? Because 360 is the whole degree measure of a circle, right? All the way around the circle is 360 degrees. I only want this little piece, which is 22 degrees. So 22 over 360, and then I'm going to do my circumference times 2 pi r, so times 2 pi r. So that's the only thing we're adding. We're just adding this little, right here, this little piece, 22 over 360, whatever the degree is over 360, times 2 pi radius. So go ahead and multiply that out. 22 divided by 360 times 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times my radius. My radius is 5. So get your calculator out. You press the pause button so you can do that. Great, you should have gotten 1.92. 1.918 rounds to not 1.92. All right, let's go on to the worksheet that you have. Oh, let's look at number 1. It wants to find the length of arc GH. So this little piece right here that I'm highlighting in purple. It wants to find this piece. How far did you travel from G to H? So how far is this? So the way I do that is I write my central angle over 360. So I only want 120 degrees. I don't want the whole length around, which would be 130 degrees. I only want this piece that falls under the central angle, 120 degrees. So I'm going to write 120 out of, what's the whole measure of a circle? Good, 360. So 120 over 360. Okay, then you're going to divide that, then you're going to multiply times 2 times pi, which is 3.14. So I'm going to put it in parentheses, 3.14 times my radius. So it's a decimal, times my radius, which is 11 in this problem. So multiply that out. 120, because I got that from here, out of 360, because you only want 120 out of the whole thing, which is 360, times 2 times pi, this is pi, times my radius. Okay, go ahead and multiply that out. Press the pause button. Okay, if you plugged into your calculator, 120 divided by 360 times 2 times 3.14 times 11, you should have gotten this answer here, which rounds to 23.03 centimeters. All right, let's try number 2 together. Press pause if you need to see that. Keep that up there. We're going to go on to number 2. Okay, this is the same way. I only want to find this piece right here. This piece right here. I don't want the whole circle. I want just this piece. So this is 80 degrees out of 360. So I'm going to write 80 out of 360. That's the only piece I want. I don't want the whole thing. I only want 80 out of 360 times, and I want the circumference, right? So the circumference is 2 pi r. So when I do 2 pi r, I find the whole circumference, but when I multiply it times 80 divided by 360, then that gives me only this piece. So on your calculator, plug in 80 divided by 360, then times 2, then pi, which is 3.14, and then your radius. So my radius for this problem is going to be what? It's 3. So plug all that into your calculator, press the pause button. Then we're going to go to the next. Okay, you should have gotten 4.18667, which rounds to 4.19 because I look at the 6 is 5 or more, so I round that 8 to a 9. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do one of the word problems, and then you do the rest on your own to submit, okay? Okay, this says the curved part of an anchor is in the shape of an arc of a circle, which has a radius of 1.2 meters. So here's my radius, right here. This is the degree I want. It wants to know the length of the arc. So it wants this piece right here. This piece right here. How long is this piece right here? So that's what I want to know. So I don't want the whole circle because it's really not a, it could be, right? I could do the whole shape if I wanted to with the little dashes. But I don't want to find the whole circumference. I only want to find this piece right here. So I still use the formula for circumference, but I only use this piece, right? Part over whole. So I'm going to write 85, right? Over, what's the whole? Good, 360 times my formula for circumference, 2 times pi, which I'm going to write as 3.14. 3.14. You can push the pi button if you want to. It's going to write 3.14 times my radius. My radius in this problem is 1.2. 1.2. So go ahead and plug that into your calculator, and that's the last one we're doing together. Plug that into your calculator. Press the pause button, please. Okay, so this is your answer right here, 1.77933, which rounds to 1.78 meters. Right, okay, so you should have done 85, so part over whole, 85 over 360 times 2 pi, 3.14 is pi, times my radius. My radius here was 1.2. Here's your formula. You can write this down on your paper. So degree was central angle. I should have said central angle, right? Degree of the central angle divided by 360 times 2 pi radius. All right, use this for all the other ones and submit this. This is a grade, okay? All right, thank you. If you have any questions, watch this again. It's just the same thing over. It's a central angle divided by 360 times 2 pi r. This always stays the same. 2, 3.14, 360. The things that change are your degree, 85, and my radius. Those are the only two things that will be changing with each problem. All right, thanks, guys. All right, have a good time working on this paper. Bye. And don't forget to submit it because it's a grade.